Medicare death panels are starting soon. Death panel is a description Sarah Palin made of the Payment Advisory Board that's set up by the Obamacare Affordable Care Act, and it's a very apt description. They're the board appointed by the President, confirmed by the Senate, that each year will submit recommendations about truncating and limiting care for people based on the number of quality life years they have remaining. Once they make the recommendations, Congress has until the middle of the year to accept or reject them. To reject them, they need 60% margins in both houses, which they're probably not going to get. And if they don't act or don't reject them, they automatically take full effect. And these are things that are going to measure the number of quality life years you have remaining. QALY, quality adjusted life years, the worst four-letter word in the English language. So, for example, if you need a hip replacement, they'll say, well, you're 80 years old, the actuarial charts say you're going to die in 6 years, and you have you had cancer, you had heart problems, and you're not in great shape. I think you may only have 2 quality years left. The hip replacement costs $300,000. That's $150,000 per quality, and our guideline cuts it off at $50,000 per quality, disapproved, or heart transplant, or liver surgery, or any of the important things that we need to keep us alive, will now be rationed based not on whether we're citizens, not on whether we contributed to Medicare with our tax money, not on whether we're veterans who defended this country, but the number of qualities we have remaining. Well, until now, the Payment Advisory Board has not come into existence because there's been no medical inflation. And the statute says that when the medical inflation rises above the normal consumer price index inflation by a certain amount, then the Payment Advisory Board comes into being and makes its recommendations. Now, until this year, the inflation rate in medicine has been low because of the bad economy. Now, however, because of Obamacare, it's suddenly high. Why? Well, we've always said that you can't treat 30 million new patients, or in this case 12 million, without expanding the number of doctors and clinics and nurses and hospitals. And if you increase the demand and don't raise the supply, the price is going to shoot up, and that's just what's happening now. The cost of hospitalization, doctor's visits, medical procedures, premiums, deductibles have all increased dramatically. And with that increase in inflation comes the PAB, the Advisory Board and Payments Advisory Board, which is going to revolutionize the practice of medicine. Now, theoretically, the PAB decisions will only apply to Medicare, but once they're made, the states will apply it to Medicaid, and private insurance companies will adopt it for themselves. And this quality system is going to reverberate throughout the United States. And all of a sudden, people will be judged by government bureaucrats based not even on how many years they have left to live, but the bureaucrats' decision as to what quality those years are going to be. They don't take into account things like love and family and the spark of divinity in each of us. Nope, qualities, that's the only thing that matters. It's a horrible, horrible, brave new world. Now, what can we do about it? Well, when the Payment Advisory Board issues its recommendations, we'll have 6 months to kill them in Congress. And I'm going to really probe those and make an issue out of each one. And it'll be complex, technical, medical stuff, but you'll be voting to save lives. And we'll be back in touch. We'll keep on top of this issue, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching.